Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here. Daily market recap, November 15th. Like, subscribe, and let's see what SPY and friends brought us today. SPY with a doji on the 450 area. 450 area, very important area of support and resistance. Look left. Since July, it is a very important area of support, resistance, and not surprising, also resistance in the past 2 days. Now with a doji, some kind of a pullback, some kind of a cool down in the SPY will not be surprising. 446 to the downside is the support. Below it, this gap at the 441.50 will get filled. QQQ, nothing much. As you can see, touched July's highs, went back. Now we have this trend line, this Y trend line, holding as resistance for the higher highs. As we always say, there is such a thing as a good resistance. This Y trend line is a good resistance. Why? Because it tells us that there is higher highs. But we have also these trend lines that shows us the support. Below this trend line, this gap at the 378 will get filled. Dow Jones continues its journey to the upside with relative strength today. 0.53 to the upside, holding above the 348. Now next resistance is the 350 area. Above it, 356 will be next. IWM started the day 181 area. But look at this doji. Bulls came in strong. Let's check the 65 minutes. Always zoom in, zoom out to get a better point of your price action. First candle of the 65 minutes went all the way up 1.6% to the upside, and then slowly gave almost everything back. Closed 179 now. This area is the resistance. It was resistance over here. Closed the gap at the 180. Support over here, resistance. So if you look left, always look left to see why price is where it is now. 180 area, very important area of resistance, support, resistance, and now once again resistance. And with this kind of a doji, some kind of a pullback towards the 175 will be very healthy. Bitcoin back inside this uptrend channel, 38, still very tough resistance, as you can see inside candle. 19 more hours since the time I'm recording this video. Let's see where Bitcoin is heading. For now, uptrend channel. Ethereum still moving sideways since last Thursday, this massive bullish candle, basically moving sideways. 1991 to the downside, 2141 to the upside. Let's see. For now, moving sideways. Overall, nice bounce on Ethereum, nice bounce on the Bitcoin. If we can take Bitcoin once again, let's see where Bitcoin might be heading next. We have this trend line. Now above it, we are heading towards the 44,200. Crude oil futures, CL1, continuing its way to the downside. 75 now is the support. Below it, where price might be heading next, no need to guess. Take Fibonacci, swing high, swing low. Below the 75, we will see 71.50 and then back to the 67 area. If you are long on crude oil, it's time to take some profits if you have. And in my opinion, close the long. If you are short, we are heading towards this trend line. First, 71.50. NG1, natural gas futures, basically moving sideways in the past few days. 3 302 is the support, 322 resistance, long continuation above 322 towards this gap over here. Breaking once again below the 302, we will see this red line together with this 285 to the downside. Gold. We had a nice uptrend, retracement. Now 1970, as you can see, from support over here became very interesting resistance. Long continuation above 1970, and then we will see 2010. Short continuation below the 1945, and then we will see 1907, and then 1845. And of course, everything you see in here on my video and on my channel is for educational purposes only. Always do your own due diligence. Never follow blindly anyone on social media, YouTube, Twitter, Discord, Telegram, WhatsApp groups. And it doesn't matter how many followers, subscribers they have. You don't know their risk tolerance. You don't know their strategy. They don't know your risk tolerance. So be careful following blindly. It's okay to follow to get ideas, but in the end of the day, it's your money. No one will take care of your money except you. SOXX, after this bull run since the 432 towards the 512, doji, some kind of a cool off, will be very healthy, maybe closing this gap at the 491 before the next leg up. KRE continue its way to the upside, breaking and closing above the 618 retracement Fibonacci level, closing above the 45 area, you can say, was very tough resistance. Now finally breaking up and above. Last time we did it, we got this kind of price action. Now let's see, can we get first this gap at the 47, getting filled, and then back up to the 49 area. Apple, 2 consecutive dojis after this bull run. Very expected. Bulls are tired. Bulls needs rest. Bulls needs to cool off. This trend line is holding as support. It was resistance, support, now holding as support. Below it, this small gap, and it doesn't matter how big or small the gap is, it will get filled. More than 85% chance, of course. Nothing is 100% guaranteed in trading or in life. Nothing is guaranteed. But with the proper education and with the proper understanding how price action works on multi-time frames, trend lines, and Fibonacci, you can identify with the highest probability where price might be heading next. Tesla, 2.3% to the upside. First, close this gap at the 242. As we said a few days back, this gap is going to get filled, and here we are. Got filled, and intraday, as you can see on the 15 minutes chart, gap got filled and slowly pulled back. This is what happens when gaps are getting filled. The moment a gap is getting filled, whether it's to the upside or to the downside, we will see a retracement. Shopify continue its bull run towards the 71 area. Nothing stops Shopify since the earnings gap. We have another gap over here, but for now, looks like Shopify, as you can see, closed the day almost at the high of the day, which means bulls are in full control on Shopify. Why price closed here? Look left. It was the high of September. It was a very tough resistance over here during July. Resistance over here. Always look left and try to identify why price is now where it is. Once you understand how to identify by yourself support, resistance, you will be able to identify with high probability where price might be heading next. Long continuation towards the 71 and then 80. Now 64.50 is the support. Netflix, same as Shopify, nothing stops Netflix. And in my opinion, 470 gap is getting closer by the minute. In my opinion, nothing will stop Netflix from closing this gap. Let's clean the chart a little bit. Closing this gap by the end of this week. And then some kind of a cool off towards where? No need to guess. Take Fibonacci. Closing this gap. And then 450 is the support that needs to hold. Google. 2 consecutive dojis. Today closed with an inside candle doji, which means, as you can see, doji over here, doji over here, doji over here. Bulls are trying to continue their momentum towards the 137 gap, but they are getting weaker and weaker. 132 gap will get filled, in my opinion, by the end of this week. And then maybe bulls will gain their power back towards this gap at the 137. Microsoft, 3 consecutive dojis. Fear of heights. Bulls of Microsoft. 364 is the support. Long continuation above 372 towards 400. Not surprising that bulls of Microsoft is hanging on, but they are taking some rest, which is perfectly fine. Amazon, 1.8% to the downside, closed this gap. Now 142 is the support. Below it, 138. Nvidia, 1.5% to the downside, but bulls of Nvidia is hanging above the 485 area, which is the border of this red zone, the upper border of this red zone. Breaking down and under, 476 will be next. If you are long on Nvidia, you need to manage your risk. We have earnings coming up in 5 days or so, 6 days. Long continuation above 500 and then 534 and 580. Meta also closed this gap. Cool down on Meta. Very expected. Very healthy for Meta before the next leg up. Now this area, the 328, 325 area, needs to hold the support. And then next leg up towards the 356 and maybe towards, let's take Fibonacci from the recent low, 350 and then 36666 before the end of this year. Another 10% to the upside. We can do it, Meta. You can do it. AMD still struggling with the 119 area. Not surprising. Look left. 119 area. Very difficult area of resistance since it broke below it last June. Almost 6 months of a very tough resistance. 113 to the downside is the support. Long continuation above it. And then, in my opinion, 140. We shall see it. TAN, the solar ETF, very interesting price action. We had this short-term trend line. Today broke above it. Then, look at the intraday. This is why you don't take swings in the first hours of the day. You need to wait because these kind of things happens all the time. Breaking above a trend line, above a resistance area, and then cooling off, retesting the resistance area as support. Then we can take long. I want to see tomorrow breaking above the 47 area, filling this long tail as an inside day tomorrow. Then we can start taking our long position, managing our risk. This area will be our risk. Another very interesting price action that I'm looking at is PayPal. We took PayPal long yesterday. If you follow me on Twitter and you are a member in our Discord, Fibonacci-Traders Discord, of course, all the links in the description below. Check them out. Free Academy playlist, or if you want to take your trading journey to the highest level, we have several paths that you can choose from. One-on-one live mentorship program, online program, both programs, lifetime access for support, guidance, and of course, all Discord channels. PayPal now I'm looking for continuation above the 58.60 area. Look left, 58.60 area, all this area. Very tough resistance. Long continuation above it, and this gap will get filled. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, like, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. We are going live 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Until then, stay safe.